high school. It's my last year in it. Does it feel like it? Absolutely not. I guess I can blame the pandemic for it. Freshman year was on Zoom, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention by even 50%. I passed due to luck, I guess. I was not a big fan of Zoom classes. I needed to have my teacher in front of the class and my little classmates present. I even missed getting in trouble for talking too much. I missed hiding from the teacher whenever she would try to call someone to solve a problem. And I mostly missed when I'd run off to play sports with the boys during recess. Freshman year was just not for me. I wouldn't leave my house at all, so that meant I wouldn't see my friends, but that wasn't the worst part. A little after my birthday, my uncle had passed away, and I had nobody to cry to. My parents were grieving as well. They had just lost a brother, a friend, someone who we would always go to and be with. And I feel like I had to act strong for them, so that's when I lost my complete focus on school. Yeah, it took me a while to put effort back into school as we were about to go back our sophomore year in person. School had always been a priority for me since preschool. I was always the type to have straight A's, turn in my homework right away, be excited for tests, especially math. Me and math, like this. Me and science, never got along. And we still don't. Although, in my sophomore year, that is when my relationship with science changed. I remember when I would walk into my 4th period class for the first time, and I recognized some faces as they used to go to the same middle school as me, but then left to go to CCA. Yep, I was in a class full of smart people. I was doomed. That's what I thought in my head. And I was a quiet one in that class. I wouldn't talk to anyone unless I was talked to, and I most definitely had no friends in that class. I guess we can say it was a good thing. It meant no distractions. It meant there was no excuse for me to not pass that class. Mr. Kong was my teacher. You know, chemistry. Yeah, he was hard on us, but it was for our own good. And I got to see that after my first talk with him. He would push me out of my comfort zone. He would encourage me to work really hard to accomplish my goals. We could say that was my wake-up call to get on my butt and start focusing on my academics after a rough start, my freshman year. Starting fresh wasn't easy. I had a full schedule, 7 periods, early, late, me at YB on my sophomore year and my junior year. Honestly, still don't know why I decided to put that much pressure on myself. None of my friends were crazy enough to do what I did my first 2 years in person in high school. I'd say they were just worried since, they'd see me my sophomore year. I would always sleep so late doing my homework. I would sleep at 2 or 3 a.m., maybe even later than that. And then there would be times where I would wake up to take a shower super early, as I wasn't able to do it the day before. I would wake up at like 5 a.m. So that meant 2-3 hours of sleep. Yeah, my friends would call me crazy, or insane, we could say. I was always putting school first rather than my mental health. That is when I slowly started parting myself away from school. Once again. I had taken 3 AP classes my junior year, and it was hell for me. I would always put my whole focus on those classes and then fall behind in the others. I'm not gonna lie saying I studied for my AP exams, but I won't say I didn't know what was going on either. Like, I'd pay attention in class. I'd prepare myself for what would be in the exams, but like whenever we do an MCQ or FRQ in AP Environmental Science, or right now with, do an essay for AP Seminar or AP Spanish. Those are the things that, in class that we would do that would prepare me for the AP exams. Right now, in my senior year, I decided to take 2 AP classes, being AP Literature and AP Pre-Calculus. And it's also been quite a journey. For English, the class has been hard to understand the concepts. And for math, I was doing good in the beginning, but then having to do other assignments made me lose focus on that class. Since we're seniors, we have to do our senior project. It was time-consuming doing our research, creating an essay, and then turning it into a presentation. I was nervous as hell. I didn't know if I was gonna pass or not. I'd memorized my card, hoping at least I'd know 50% of it and act like I knew what I was saying. I'd say everyone was nervous when it came to presenting, but then we felt much better when it was over, as we realized it wasn't that bad after all. Having many struggles throughout my high school years has caused me to no longer be a student. I remember when I'd be joining in class, I would be falling asleep, but those weren't my worst moments. I'd say my worst moments were when I would not show up to my 7th period class. Wait, let me take that back. When I would always be tardy. I actually have been struggling to arrive to my classes on time. I don't know, I haven't been in the mood. It's all things to stress. You see, I have a life outside of school, just like everyone else. Aside the personal problems, my mom decided to be in college, and that meant she wanted our help in the house. And that meant I had to take care of my brother even more, cleaning the house, among other things. Those are just the easiest things you could say. Luckily, my dad has been doing most of it since I'm at home because I work 4 days a week. I used to not work as much, but my senior year I decided to start saving up for college. Coming soon, I come home late and exhausted that I don't want to know anything about school. But then I stress when I remember I have an assignment due in a couple of days, dude. Or literally due the next day or in a couple of hours online. This is why I tell my friends not to work throughout their high school years. It's hard and stressful. I know some of you guys can relate. Just enjoy high school. Like right now, I'm noticing how I've distanced myself from school, and I'm trying to gain myself back up. Last minute. I'm trying to give it up my all before our time comes to an end. One thing I'm sure on is that when I walk up that stage to get my diploma, that there's no doubt that I didn't work my butt off for it. Yeah, I had my stumbles, but that's how life is. We all aren't perfect. This is who I am. I learn from my mistakes and I come back stronger as ever. So the class of 2024, you deserve that diploma. It doesn't matter if you didn't give it your all in the beginning. What matters is that you did it. Be proud of yourself. You were able to walk that stage and graduate with your friends who are preparing themselves for a whole new year. As I say goodbye to my journey here at Yerba Buena, I begin to say hello to my new journey in San Jose State. I will forever cherish the memories I've made here. Whether they were good or bad, I don't regret my choices. I will continue to work hard to reach my goals and make my childhood self proud of what we are, what we have become, a true warrior.